can I eat while I'm fasting? The answer to that question is yes, but you've got to make sure that you follow the fasted snack rules in order to make this fast still a successful one for you. So before I dive into what that could look like for a fasted snack in your fasting window, let me tell you about a study that was published by a well-respected company that publishes the same magazine as Nature. So in this study, they basically did a little experiment on people that were fasting doing the 14-10 fast. So this is basically where they're going to be fasting for 14 hours and they're going to be eating for 10. So in this study, they had people that just fasted straight through for the 14 hours. They had people that couldn't quite make it the 14 hours, and they had people that did this fasted snack thing, okay? So in this study, what they were trying to figure out is if the people that were able to eat a fasted snack at the 12-hour mark to help them get to the 14-hour mark of this study, if they still had the same benefits of those that actually were able to make it to the 14 hours. And they found that those people, it did help them to extend their fast to the full 14 hours, and they had the same results. It helped them to lose weight because they were actually able to extend their fast. So this is a great tool and a great conversation for those that are brand new to fasting, that are really afraid to try to take this step into a fasting lifestyle because they're like, what do I do when I get hungry? So you can actually have this fasted snack, but you gotta go by a few rules. Okay, so the fasted snack rules are, it's gotta be less than 200 calories. It's gotta be less than 18 grams of fat. It's gotta be less than 5 grams of protein and less than 4 grams of carbs. Okay, so this is really important that you follow these rules. Now, in the study that I just told you about, what they had at that 12-hour mark was actually a fat bomb. Okay, so that means that it was just something entirely of fat. So if you think about it, peanut butter could be that fat bomb for you. Now, it's really important that when you choose your fasted snack, you make sure that you choose the best ingredients possible for your fasted snack, because any ingredient that would pull you out of a fast, like sugar, a lot of peanut butters actually have sugar in them, that is probably not going to work as a fasted snack for you. You'll have to test your blood sugar to see if that would actually work for you or not. So make sure you read the ingredients, okay? So this is a great brand. It's organic peanuts. You also want to make sure that the peanuts are organic. I don't know if you realize this or not, but nuts actually have a lot of mold issues. So you want to make sure that they're organic, and so that they're not going to be sprayed with anything and have these extra problems going on. Okay, so make sure that you get organic peanut butter that's only with salt. So a lot of peanut butters have sugar. I don't know why, but they don't need it. You can actually make peanut butter at home. If you cannot find a good brand of peanut butter, throw some peanuts, a couple of cups, 2 to 3 cups of peanuts in your blender with some salt and blend it up, and you will have peanut butter, okay, with no extra junk in it, okay? So, but Santa Cruz is a great brand. There's another brand out there that has like palm oil in it or something. I don't know why they put the palm oil in there. You don't need it. Peanuts actually have their own oil, so I don't know what the point of that is, but you can, that's also a decent brand, but I find that it's kind of runny. So I like a peanut butter that is thick, and Santa Cruz seems to be a little bit thicker, so I like that one. So pick one that you like, just make sure it doesn't have sugar in it. Roasted nuts or raw nuts and salt, and that's it, okay? Nothing else in there. So another thing that you could have is basically MCT. Now, I'm sure that there are better brands of MCT out there, but make sure it's organic, and also just use a small amount, especially when you're first getting started, maybe like a teaspoon. Otherwise, you might find yourself running to the restroom, okay? So be careful with this, small amounts at first, but you can actually build up to a tablespoon of MCT oil, okay? And then another thing that you can do is half of an avocado. So I don't know if you realize this, but there's a lot of fat in an avocado and some fiber in there too. So it'll actually hush those tummy bugs a little bit for you that are craving the sugar, because the fiber is actually going to feed the good bugs that are in your gut microbiome. And so the fat will help you feel fuller for longer, and the little bit of fiber in there will help to calm those belly bugs, okay? Another thing that you can do is up to a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. Make sure it's organic, make sure there's nothing else in there. I have caught organic companies sneaking in things like Carrageen and things like that into the full fat heavy cream, and it's just horrifying. So make sure you read the ingredients and make sure that it is just the full fat cream, or heavy whipping cream is what we call it here in the States, okay? So another thing that you could try is, if you make this homemade, you can do bone broth, okay? I wouldn't do more than maybe like 1/2 cup, especially if you are using a store-bought brand, because I looked in the carb manager and it actually shows that this gets a little bit more protein than what you want to stay under that limit. And if you're going to go through all of this to, be able to fast longer, to extend your fast, you want to do as much as you can to stay within the rules. And so be really careful with the bone broth. Probably 1/2 cup will be enough to kind of satiate you a little bit. But if you go like maybe a cup on certain brands, it may blow this for you. So just watch how many grams. Like I said, on the protein, it needs to be less than 5 grams of protein. Another thing that you could do, speaking of protein, is a small hard-boiled or soft-boiled egg. Now, you got to be careful with this too, because some eggs are large. This is going to be probably like 6 grams of protein for that egg. So you want to get a small one, or if it's a large one, just cut it in half and do half as your fasted snack, okay? So let me look at my notes and see if I missed any of the fasted snacks. So we got the avocado, the hard-boiled egg, the peanut butter, the MCT, the heavy cream, we talked about that, and the bone broth, okay? So those are some ideas that you could use to incorporate this fasted snack idea into your fasting window to help you elongate your fast into a longer fasting time as you are learning to fast. Now, I do want to say, as soon as you can move through these fasting times without having a fasted snack, you will get more benefit with that. So it is best if you can push through to basically go ahead and try to push through the best you can. But if you need a fasted snack, follow the rules and you'll be cool, okay? Before you need a fasted snack though, I would try doing some electrolytes. Do a little bit of apple cider vinegar and some water and see. A lot of times when we're learning how to fast and our body is not used to it yet, those cravings for sugar, those bad belly bugs that we have are screaming at you for sugar. If you drink a little bit of apple cider vinegar in some water, it will actually help to feed the good gut microbiome bugs, and you'll calm down a little bit, okay? So that might be an idea, or you can try a little bit of lemon in your water with some salt. If you find that you're getting a headache when you're fasting, go ahead and put some salt under your tongue and wait 15 minutes and see if that helps lessen it a little bit, and just go from there. Try your electrolytes, your salt, things like that first. If it still doesn't work, do a fasted snack. You can sprinkle some salt on that half of an avocado, because the avocado also has, potassium in it. So sometimes our electrolytes are off and it's like not salt, it's actually the potassium, but there is a lot of potassium in the avocado. So you might want to balance that out with sprinkling some salt on there, okay? So if you need some other fasted snack ideas, you can check out Dr. Mindy's Eat Like a Girl cookbook, and I'll put this link down in the description of this video. And what I like about this is it has different recipes. Like there's even things in here for like crackers. Can you imagine like crackers? Okay, these meet the requirements for a fasted snack. You can have a little salad, with some olives, which have the fat and the food for your gut microbiome, okay? And there's also a drink with turmeric, okay? Doesn't that look so good? And there's also a chia seed drink, okay, is another one of these recipes that you could use as a fasted snack. There's a lime ginger mint mocktail in here. And so those are just some amazing ideas from Dr. Mindy's cookbook that you can also grab the cookbook if you don't already have it, or if you have it and you didn't know those were in there, go try those recipes and then comment below if you've tried them already, what you think about it. I would love to hear what you think about this fasted snack idea. I was mind blown when I heard about this. And if you want to research this out a little bit more, check out Dr. Valter Longo, because he actually put out some research on his patients that were going through chemotherapy, and they actually wanted them to basically get the stem cells after a 3-day water fast. So what he found is that there's certain, low calories, it's called a fast mimicking diet, that you can utilize in order to help you get the same benefits as you would with fasting, but you have to follow the rules. And so check out this book, like I said, for those fasted snack recipes. There's more ideas in here as far as the what you can have. You can go back through the video, write down the ideas that I had, but they're also in Dr. Mindy's Fast Like a Girl book. And if you are new to fasting and you're a lady and you would love support in this new fasting lifestyle that you're taking on, join my Facebook group on it's called Fast Like a Girl Support Group on Facebook. Go ahead and answer the join questions and we'll get you in there and get you supported on your fasting lifestyle journey. So Coach Amanda right here signing off, and this was a video all about eating while you're fasting. Incorporate this if you need to. If not, skip it and get the full benefit of your fast. But you got to start somewhere. And so get in there and start fasting for those benefits. Okay? So have a great day. Take care. Thanks for watching.